Let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I've been using it for almost a month now, and this is a device that I said in my video I switched. And I'm truly using it. I've stopped using my Galaxy S25 Ultra. I even just did a trip to Boston where I only took this device. There was no backup device at all. So I got to experience the battery as well, like naked without anything else to support me. But let's talk about the mundane first, the specs. What makes this device unique? And the first thing, of course, you always say with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is it's super thin. It is super thin, but that's not the most important thing about it. I think the weight actually is one of the bigger parts of this device, and also that hinge. The reason I say that is that you picked up the device, it feels super light in your hands. And granted, its weight is less than the S25 Ultra, and also feels that way. And when you combine that with the thinness or thickness of it, it feels like this is something that you should have regularly. Now, I'll say this, the displays have been an interesting dynamic for me because you've got that cover display, 6.5 inches, and then you've got that massive internal display at 8 inches in total, right? This big altogether. That gives you a dynamic of, yes, you can work and play, you can watch content the way you want, doesn't matter, right? But here's the thing. I found myself using this external display much more than I've had in previous years. And I like that fact. Now, even though it's not as wide as I would like, it feels really good to use this device daily. Now, what have I done day-to-day with this device? Well, I went to go watch a movie. All right, so I'm heading over to the theater. It's over there. Not late, but previews are going on right now. Got my yellow kicks, as usual, and I'm actually excited to see this movie. This is recorded off the Z Fold 7, so you guys have that. And let's go in. Hopefully this is better. Hopefully this is better. Okay, I'm back from watching Fantastic Four, and I bought this at the theater. This is pretty cool. I love the way it looks. Look at the thing right here. It's little, nice little figurine which you can pop off. But anyway, besides the point. It's great. It was like 20 bucks at the theater. They didn't have the giant Galactus popcorn head, so didn't get that. But the movie. The movie was good. It was, dare I say, fantastic. I know I had to pull that off, but it was a very good movie. It was very entertaining. I wish there was a little bit more action, but it was still very, very good. Now, is it better than Superman? Yes, it is. I'm a big Superman fan. I'm a huge Superman fan, but I think it's just a better movie overall. That being said, let's continue our conversation on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Rocking this device day to day has been fun. It's super light. I love the weight, but let's be honest, I feel like I'm about to drop it at any moment. It's a weird feeling to describe because we've been begging for a lighter phone, and here we have a phone that's super light. It's a foldable, and I'm like, I need to protect this, which is why you need a case. The other thing too about this device is that it is a wobble master. Because of the camera hump position, this thing wobbles on the table like no tomorrow. A flat surface, trying to watch content or just scroll through, it is going to wobble, hands down, which is why you need a case. And that kind of brings me to a sponsor of the video, Subcase. Now, the case I'm using here is the Subcase UB Grip case. This is a full mil-spec case, so 360 military protection all around. And this case gives you some awesome protection. Now, it may look like it's a heavy case, but it really isn't. You've got dual layer cushions, you've got full bumpers all around. So no matter how high you drop this, whether it's 50 feet, it's gonna be fully protected. The other thing too is the hinge is fully protected here. That's something that can easily damage by just dropping the device, even if it's closed, just because that hinge is very important when you open up the device. Another thing I do like about the case is the fact that there is a nice ridge slit here allowing you to access the fingerprint sensor and the button, and it's so much easier to open up your device because you've got grooves, you've got nice place to grip to actually open up the device, and it rests in some really unique positions because it's got a built-in kickstand. That kickstand can work in horizontal, vertical position quite easily. I like it. Now, this is a 4-in-1 case, honestly, because you've got that built-in kickstand. You've also got the full dual layer protection here. And you do have a HD screen protector in the front, so your device is fully protected. This is tempered glass right here. And finally, it's got a built-in MagSafe ring. So that means they're really strong magnets. You can basically plop this down and charge on the MagSafe charger and you're good to go. Look, if you're gonna pick up this device in any form or fashion or just use the Z Fold 7, having a case is important. And this is not just about the sponsor, it's the fact that you truly need a case. And if you're spending $1,900, I mean, why not protect it to the fullest? So if you want to pick it up, use the link down below. So what else have I used this device for? This is gaming, right? You guys know I do a lot of gaming on the channel. I like to game whenever I get the chance. And the one thing I'll tell you first of all is I did promise that I would make a gaming video about PC emulation. And right now I have not been able to get any game to run here properly, whether it's Witcher 3 or even Doom. It's been hard. But once I can do that, I will make a video, I promise. So if somebody does a video or shows me how, I will gladly make that video for you so I can show you how it works on this device. But regular Android gaming works well. And I think the aspect ratio lends to it much better. Having it here in 21:9, it's also good. And also having it with the internal display is great. And using a controller even adds more to the table. Bluetooth controller is nice. I do like the Backbone Pro as my best controller. This is just me just throwing that out there. I have nothing to do with this here, but I do like that controller as my best gaming controller. The gaming on this is solid because the heat temperatures I got, I mean, they were good. It was really solid in terms of just the performance you're getting from a day-to-day basis now. Now, what about battery life? Like, how does that play in gaming and non-gaming? Gaming, it was good. Is what I expected from this device, and I think that's solid all around. But non-gaming, I've really enjoyed the battery life on here, and I think it's really good in comparison to what I had last year with the Z Fold 6. The Snapdragon 8 Elite does a good job at it, and I've experienced much better battery life than I thought I was gonna have. So I can say I can safely use this for a full day. Now, here's the slight caveat for me, and this is more of a personal thing. I finally did my full transfer dump about a week ago. Because I was basically selecting apps one by one to just install on my Z Fold 7. And I finally just decided, okay, look, I'm just gonna do the Samsung switch and dump everything over. And then my battery life dropped. And I'm trying to find the apps that are basically causing the issue. And to me, this is a huge problem because I thought my S25 Ultra was just messing up and not giving me good battery life. And I'm realizing that it's something that I'm running. I'm trying to figure out what that app is so that I can actually just delete it and find something else. But Android, that is an issue. Like, we gotta have better stipulations and things like this, because if that noticeably affected my battery life, then that is a problem here. So battery life, at least when it comes to the regular battery life, it's been good. My biggest problem here is charging. Yeah, I need faster charging. 25 watts does not cut it. I noticed that it takes a longer time to charge just because with 45 watts on the S25 Ultra, it was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I'm charging, it's good. This, I just kind of look and I'm like, it's still charging, you know? So I love to see, I mentioned this before, Samsung to get to 65 watts would be great. And also, you know, maybe even like MagSafe, magnets in there. If I didn't have the case, you know, to actually use that, I wouldn't have that. Let's talk the cameras, right? You've got a brand new 200 megapixel sensor, same as the S25 Ultra. You've got an improved ultra wide and an improved telephoto. I said this on the podcast with Saf, and I'm gonna say it again. I like the cameras. I think they're definitely improved from last year, but here's the thing. If I'm going to be getting one of Samsung's top tier devices like this, and this device is really solid, I need the same full package from the S25 Ultra at the barest minimum. So I want the same main sensor, 200 megapixel, check. I want the same ultra wide, which is not the same on here, so that's not a check. I also want the same periscopic zoom. Sorry, I know it might be a bigger hump or whatever, but I want that. And also wants the same 5x zoom that we have there. So maybe that at least would have been better in my mind. Don't get me wrong, it's a solid camera. It's much improved, but it could be better. And I think that's what I'm aiming for, especially now that I'm spending more time working out in the gym. And I gotta tell you this, like, I work out, I've always been working out, but being a dad now has changed my workout routine. And some people are like, yeah, you're trying to stay fit, and that's true. I wanna stay fit. I wanna be able to like run around with him and play and like teach him sports and do all kinds of stuff and just, whatever. But also, I mean, my son's growing really fast. So right now I'm just working out to just catch up and stay with him because he's all over the place. So for me, this is more about my survival than anything else. And I've been capturing content on here in the gym, and you notice the content. Some of this looks really nice, some of them doesn't, especially shooting in ultra wide. This is what I mean by some of that disparity I was talking about. And I want to see improvements there. For me, that's the main thing with it on this device. Overall, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 so far has been a great experience. I enjoy using it. I really like just using it as a phone. And traveling this last weekend, and I went to Boston, my flight got delayed, and I was able to just use this as a tablet and just watch content like on the go. Which is simple, like this, it's nothing crazy. It's just that it's an added benefit of having something that can just open up, right? So simple. And I think a lot of people will like that. Now, price point at $1,999, honestly, I'm okay with it. I know it's expensive, don't get me wrong. But here's the thing, there's tariffs, there's all this stuff going around, so there's gonna be a high price increase. And if you think about it from a tariffs perspective, that $100 more does not even come close to what the tariff price is, right? The other thing too here is that most people buy this through the carrier. So if you're looking to pick up the Z Fold, you're most likely going to do that. And Samsung has some really great offers you can pick from. What I want to see moving forward from Samsung with the Z Fold is treated with the highest respect that this device deserves. This is an awesome device. This is a device that literally changes the perspective of how we use smartphones. This is what we were begging for from the very first Z Fold. And we're getting there, And don't get me wrong, there are competitors like Honor, OnePlus that have, even the Pixel that have like really good foldables. But I think package is everything. And this is something we've seen from Apple, right? We know this quite well. And Samsung is bringing a package that is quite sublime. Super thin, improved cameras, better front display. Speakers are solid too. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, I think speakers are really good. After using them longer, I do feel like the Z Fold 6 is slightly better than the Z Fold 7, ever slightly. I don't know if it's the size or maybe just some tuning. It could be done by software with, Dolby Atmos. No clue. I'm just saying that that's what I've experienced. But you combine all these things together. I feel like you just have something this is such a solid device. I really like it, and I've been using it. I'll keep using it as much as possible, and we'll see what it has to offer. But I think Samsung has hit the nail on the head and made a device with the Z Fold 7 that I can recommend to anyone who wants to experience something new, something different, and something that's also familiar. So guys, if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. Don't forget to use our links down below to pick up the Z Fold 7. Also, our case sponsor, Subcase as well, with their grip case. Definitely use the link down below. And this is Thunder E saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment.